so years, and more aggressively the last. So a second agent. So two, okay, my left, and in fairness to them. Now, as I stated earlier, every episode we are going to expose actors that are in the Matrix. And if you remember, I labeled them as the mainframes at the top.
Who are you?
I am the architect. I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you.
The managers below them, those are the ones that the mainframe used to control a big source of the population, a big grouping of the population. The mainframes are the main controllers. Then you have the agents. The agents are the small groups or the individuals that are running around here keeping you in the dark by telling you lies and also trying to find people who are trying to tell the truth and shut them down. Just like in the Matrix, the guys with the sunglasses. Yep. So, lastly, you have the rebellion. And those are the people who are trying to tell you the truth. Okay, so every episode I'm going to expose one or more of those elements of the Matrix to help us have a better understanding of who is controlling things and who is trying to keep us awake. Dare I say woke? Okay, I'm not going to say woke. So today, the Matrix operator of the day is a mainframe. This operator is none other than Google. Now, I realize Google owns this platform, but it is what it is. The whole goal is to expose the truth. So that's what I'm here to do. Now, I'm not calling Google bad or good, evil or any of that, right? The movies do that, but real life is a whole lot different. But what I am saying is that Google is one of the most efficacious controllers of your existence. Now, Google does some things that are awesome, right? They make your life way easier to navigate, more convenient. They give you some tools that you didn't earlier have, right? They make it easier to search on the online. But they also know every single thing you're doing at all times. They also use you as a source of income, as a source of bytes of information, as a source of bartering between other mainframes that they work with. And I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but conspiracies happens all the time, and this is true. This is just the way they do things. But just like in the movie The Matrix, they use you as a source of survival. In the movie The Matrix, it was just using you as a battery.
The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
But they use you as a different type of battery. But they use you to keep things moving. There's a movie called The Circle that came out about 4 years ago with Tom Hanks. And that's a good way for you to kind of get an idea. I had a patient who worked in that space and kind of enlightened me on a lot of the things that are going on behind the scenes of the tech where it's kind of crazy. You wouldn't believe it.
Money. Well, by selling information about you, basically. Google at this point probably knows you better than your best friend knows you. From maps, it knows your address and stores information on where you go. From your search terms, it knows what you're looking for, and from YouTube, it knows what you like watching. Google has your data. You're valuable to Google, who will sell your information to companies who want to advertise to you. It's like Jedi mind tricks. Coming into number 8, it steals other companies' data. In 2012, Google employees hacked a rival company in Kenya. Mortality was Kenya's largest online and mobile business directory, and Google was caught accessing its customer database with the intention of selling a competing product to its customers. That's just like not okay. This is not legal business practice, and who knows how often this kind of thing happens. I guess the problem this time for Google was they got caught. On top of that, Google was caught lying to potential customers about Macality's rates. Macality went bust just a year later in 2013. Coming into number 7, Google hacked Apple. We know they're fierce rivals, but Google actually did hack Apple. In 2012, Google was caught hacking Apple's Safari browser and monitoring Apple users' browsing behavior. The hack was spotted by the Wall Street Journal, who published an expose in 2012. 4 years later, Google were forced to pay Apple $5.5 million in a settlement to end the legal fallout. Like, guys, seriously, hacking Apple. You're playing with fire. Coming into number 6, Google is helping the government spy on you. In the UK, a Daily Mail article alleged that Google was using Google Earth when investigating suspected tax dodgers. Google Earth allows revenue agencies to see things like home improvements and cars. It isn't just the British government either. There have been cases of tax fraud exposed by other European and indeed United States governments. 3. It can destroy your business. A bad review for a restaurant can totally destroy the business, but it isn't just customer reviews on Google that are destroying livelihoods. If Google wanted to, it could totally destroy e-commerce business by deranking their websites. Google chooses what it wants to show you based off your search data. Most companies use search engine optimization, however nobody truly knows how and why Google ranks sites the way it does. If you try and predict and trick the Google bots, it can derank your site so as not to show you in web searches. This would basically mean that your business would be as good as buried. Is it okay that Google has that kind of power? Like, I don't feel comfortable with it. Coming into number 2, Google Street View cars hack into your Wi-Fi and steal your data. In 2012, it was revealed that Google Street View cars were retrieving and storing data from private Wi-Fi networks. The web giant said that it was a mistake, however evidence emerged to suggest that an engineer in the company planned it all along and other members of the company knew about it. Finally, coming into number 1, Google has a secret side company called Google X. Google X is a secret research and development arm, and the whole thing is shrouded in total mystery. Workers have to sign a non-disclosure, so really we have no idea what on earth is going on in the highly secretive building half a mile off Google's main campus.
Anyway, that is my 2 cents for today. If you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with us. The next episode will involve conservatives and liberals. I'm going to leave it at that.